was bashed by a girl at one of my best friends at the time's brother's 21st. And I remember the feeling of just feeling really scared. It came out of nowhere. After that incident, she would see me out, she would intimidate me, she would spit on me. Like, it was horrible. Well, this girl has a couple of years ago apologized to me, and there is absolutely no bitterness to her or anything like that. I think it's a powerful thing that she brought this forward and apologized. But I walked into a gym when I was at that age, and it was a fighter's gym, and I was scared, but I was kind of excited because I thought, now I really want to focus on building my confidence. 10 years later, I still to this day am boxing. I'm not a fighter. I don't do it for looks. I do it because it gives me confidence. But here's what I believe boxing is so similar to business. The first thing, hello Queen, welcome back with Keys to the Queendom. I am your host, Maya. And today I wanted to talk about how boxing saved my life, but also how I see the similarity with boxing and business. And I don't know if everyone knows this story. It's crazy because I think 10 years ago, I found boxing at a really vulnerable time in my life. I've shared this story and I share it because there is a beautiful message with this. But when I always get the age wrong, but I think I was 21, but I was bashed by a girl at one of my best friends at the time's brother's 21st. So maybe I wasn't 21. Maybe I must have been younger. And I remember the feeling of just feeling really scared. It came out of nowhere. And yeah, I just felt really defeated at the time. I already was a very, I don't want to say unconfident person. I was a dancer. I was already quite, small. I wasn't a tough girl growing up. But in that moment when you get bashed by someone and you're in the moment, you feel that adrenaline, but then you walk away thinking, like, what if that happens again? That's how I felt. And this girl would, after that incident, she would see me out. I was already out of school, right? But she would see me out. She would intimidate me. She would spit on me. Like, it was horrible. I have to add this in because I think it's, again, really important. This girl has a couple of years ago apologized to me. And there is absolutely no bitterness to her or anything like that. I think it's a powerful thing that she brought this forward and apologized. And I just want to honor her for doing that because I think, again, we all go through times in our lives where, oh God, I look back to when I was younger and there were some things I've done and I was just like, who was that? So shout out to you if you're listening, if this ever comes up again. But I walked into a gym when I was at that age, and it was a fighter's gym in Parramatta, Baratello's boxing gym, for anyone who is listening. And I was scared, but I was kind of excited because I thought, now I really want to focus on building my confidence. 10 years later, I still to this day am boxing. I'm not a fighter. I don't do it for looks. I do it because it gives me confidence. It also helps me switch off from work. Now, boxing is an amazing sport, and I really believe it teaches you resilience, discipline, consistency. And man, it's amazing to just, let out your emotions, especially if you're not very good at doing that. And I'm getting better at it. I've suppressed a lot of my stuff in the past. But here's what I believe boxing is so similar to business, right? The first thing that boxing has taught me, aside from, being able to punch some bags, it taught me.
Queen, how often have you said, I spent my whole life studying, I've been to school my whole life, and I've actually learned nothing that teaches me the tools and strategies to build a successful business in the outside world. You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses, or you've heard fake news from business gurus. Well, I'm here to give this incredible news to everyone here right now that this is Queen Stream University. Get out of debt and actually start making money in the online space, knowing and having the foundations to build a successful business. Now, I'm talking because I have gone through the trenches. I have been a fitness coach, built my online business as a pro athlete, and now I am a business coach. You'll go from having absolutely no idea what your business is through, in the 8 weeks, learn the foundations of knowing what your purpose is, your vision and mission, and also understanding your business values with the execution to know what that business is. You'll also learn branding, social media, content strategy, marketing, and more importantly, how to sell. With Queendom University, it'll cut out the bullshit and remove all the fluff and get you working specifically on your business so you can execute this in 8 weeks to get ready to launch. I wanted you to have something where you get to access something straight away, where you get to fast track your growth, as well as remove any doubt, any overwhelming sensation or stress, or the question that everyone seems to ask, where do I begin? With Queendom University, you'll be able to build wealth, freedom, and at the end of the day, be an entrepreneur and be able to say, I have finally built my own thing, my own business. And I've stopped making money for someone else, and I'm now making money for my own empire. Queendom University.
How amazing it is it taught me confidence. It taught me to be strong. It taught me this incredible thing that, not because I wanted to, fight people, but I saw an opportunity for me to do something that was scary, and it helped me really love myself, and it made me feel like I could do scary things whenever I've gotten through something hard. So confident gets to be what that looks like for you. And the same with business, right? Like, how often have you started something that you felt you were so new at and you were a beginner, and there were moments where you felt like giving up and you're like, no, I know that this is going to be important for me to keep going. The women and men that do something that's different and feel like a beginner is how I feel every fucking time I'm evolving, or I'm doing something new in my business, or when I'm stepping into a new level of myself, right? And so that gets to be something we get to do every single day. And so boxing for me, I knew it meant that I had to be consistent in what I'm here to do. This is why in business, the most important thing in anything isn't how good you are. It's how good you are at staying consistent with what you're here to do. And in business, it's a constant, consistent game. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Do the reps. Boxing for me, I wanted to be really good at it. And I knew that I wasn't going to be the best at the start. But I knew that every single day or every week I went to that boxing gym, I'd get better. I'd learn a new skill set. Even now, when I go to boxing, I learn new ways of maneuvers and techniques and footwork, and I just see the changes each week, not from just an internal or a physicality. It's the techniques that I see when I look back on it and go, wow, I've come really far. And the same is with your business, right? The next beautiful piece to this, and the similarity that I love with boxing and my business, is the discipline.
Hey, beautiful kings and queens, are you right now in a space where you're ready to take action and build your business, yet you struggle where to begin? You're feeling stuck and overwhelmed with all the things you need to do when it comes to building a business. Build the business of your dreams in the online space and be in the arena of all the incredible, great humans out there that are building 7 to 8 figure businesses. Now, the foundations that I truly believe in that you are going to learn through this membership is sales, marketing, content creation, social media, money mindset, and of course, branding. Now, all of this will be accessible for you to be learning what is currently hot right now in the market and how you can create your own business and build a successful business in the online space. All you have to do right now is DM Empire in my Instagram or email myself and my team, and we will get the ball rolling so you can have your empire and start making moves in the online space.
I can tell you now, when I've slipped off a week or two from boxing, the same with my business, I get so fucking lazy that I'm like, wow, I'm not disciplined right now. I can see why I've been sloppy here, why maybe I didn't have a really good month in business, or, I didn't get the most, engagement with my followers. All of this is like, do you guys see the mirror? Boxing is a disciplined sport, and so is your business. And I think when you start to let go of certain things, you miss a session, you miss your training, you miss speaking to your mentor, you miss upskilling yourself. It's, again, like why you're not where you are at right now. And so I feel so connected to so many fighters and boxers out there, because I think it's just, it really is an admirable sport. It really is something that I really connect so much on. And I think the last little piece to this, it really became my weapon from a mindset component. I just felt like it was my way of being able to work on myself and to push through, because boxing can also test you. There are days, weeks where my coach pushes me and I'm like, wow, I feel like I have to really, switch it on. And it's the same when it comes to your business. There are days, weeks, months where you're like, I have to show up right now. And I know it sucks because it's fucking hard, but it's in those moments where you're at a breaking point where you're going to see the biggest breakthrough in your business. And the same with boxing. There's going to be weeks, months where you're like, I just feel like I'm not there. Your mindset is your weapon. And sometimes you just have to hold on and really commit to it. There's not going to be easy days and weeks and months all the time, and business isn't linear. The same with everything else. But guess what? If you just stick to it and you're committed to it, you'll reflect 10 years on, like myself, and you'll see the change and growth you have had. Business, boxing, your entrepreneur journey, your company is not an overnight success. We all know this, right? But it's those reps that we do every single week, that we show up every single day, regardless of what's going on, that's really going to dictate the results that we want. You'll be a champion in your own ring, and your ring, your arena, just like in boxing, is your life. And every single day you're faced with different combinations, different circumstances, different obstacles, different opponents. They're going to really trigger you and test you. The same in your business, right? But you control the arena. You control your boxing ring, because if you work on yourself and you do the reps, you're disciplined and consistent, you're going to become a champion, whether in business, whether in boxing, whether in life, whatever that looks like for you, Queen. I hope you've enjoyed this incredible episode. It's a little bit different, a little bit more storytelling, but I just am so grateful for this sport, for what it's done for me. I'm grateful for that experience, for that girl who bashed me. I thank her every single day in my life, in my diary when I go to boxing, because I wouldn't be here right now in this room doing the reps that I have done with my podcast and my business if it wasn't for that incredible sport where it has changed my life for the better. Thank you so much for listening. I'm your host, Tamara Maya, and this is Keys to the Queendom. I started to realize there were all these identities I had in myself. And when I was dabbling in the life coaching space for me, I started to understand that really what my pain, the thing that I kept hiding, the thing that I kept suppressing, the thing that I was ashamed to talk about, was my purpose to share, was my purpose to help you guys. Everyone in this room today is here because you see something in me that you see in yourself. That's it, right? So if you can really bring that into your heart and you think about your ideal clients, if you were to show more of those parts, wouldn't you attract more people that you want to work with?
Inspiring. She brings so much knowledge and resource and information, but also fosters a beautiful, atmosphere of connection.
I felt like I was in a room with some really powerful women.
My favourite mic drop moment was creating impact, showing up so that we can reach as many people as we can.
My key takeaway was having the confidence to just show up.
I wouldn't be where I am today without her and without her knowledge and guidance, and she's made me really believe in myself.
My key takeaway from this is that you should dream big and that you are capable of it, and with the right tools and the right help you can achieve whatever you want.
I love you.